Just started. Thank you. You see here the Reliance. So Reliance has different companies. The Reliance Group, you can say, the Reliance Group is the client. Or in the previous example, Hyundai Group is the client. Hyundai Group is the client. Or the Reliance Group is the client, or the Tata Group is the client. That is the client. That is the example for the client. And whereas what is the company code? So you can say each company of a group, each company of the group, you can say Reliance, like company code. The Reliance Communication is a company code. The Reliance Capital is a company code. The Reliance Power is a company code. The Reliance Roads is a company code. Like this, each affiliated company of that client we configure in the system as a company code. So under the company code of each company, affiliated company, that's under each company code, what it has, it can have different sales organization. Like you can say the domestic sales organization, like Europe sales organization, Asia Pacific sales organization. And then each sales organization, we have different distribution channels. So you already understood, right? What is the distribution channel? Distribution channel means the way how you distribute the goods to the customer, the way how you make the way how you make sure the goods will be reaching to the customer. So whether you are using like direct sales, like door-to-door sales, or if you are using like whether you are using wholesale sales, or no, if you are using retail sales, or if you are using some other kind of sales distribution process, that is called distribution channel. So what channel? The channel which is being used to distribute the goods, the channel which is being used, the medium which is being used to distribute the goods is called distribution channel in SAP system. So which is defined under the sales organization, and then the division. So the division is like under each affiliated company, they are doing different products, right? So each product group we consider as a product division. So what kind of product division it belongs to? Okay, what kind of product division it belongs to? If you look at the HLL, if you look at HLL company, so they have like different divisions. Like you can say bath soap, or the detergent soap. So all the bath soaps products, under the bath soap division, and all the detergent soaps under the detergent product division. Or you can say all like Clinic All Clear, okay, or the Clinic Plus. Like these are all the like shampoos, right? Those are under the shampoo division. And then like you can say conditioner division. Like this, each product category we consider as a product division in the SAP system. Okay, sales organization is like the you can say the sales organization is the organizational element which specifies, okay, what is the, you can say your sales head of the departmental location. That means by specifying what location, you are using like the selling, you are performing your selling activities. Or other words, you can say like what is the responsible unit? What is the responsible units to sell the goods, or or to distribute the goods? That is what we can say the sales organization. So you say that sales organization is responsible. Sales organization is responsible for to distribute the goods, or sales organization is responsible to sell the goods of your company code. The sales organization is the responsible unit. The sales organization is the responsible unit to sell or your goods and services of your company code. So it is based on, like, SAP always recommends to have as much as less, sorry, as less sales organizations are preferred or recommended when you are configuring in the system. That means when you are defining the sales organizations, SAP is recommending try to use the less sales organizations defined in the system, and then distribution channel, and then division. So here, what happens, like client is the highest level, and then the company code, and then the sales organization, and then the distribution channel, and then the division. So we assign the sales organization to the company code. That means in SAP, what we do, we connect the lowest level of organizational units. We connect the lowest level of organizational units to the highest level of organizational units. That means while discussing the organizational structure, in SAP, there are two different kind of activities what we need to do. In the step 1, while doing the organizational structure configuration, there are 2 steps we need to follow. The step 1, we need to define the organizational structure. The step 1, we need to define the organizational structure, and the step 2, we need to assign, the organizational units to each other. That means, in generally, when I say we need to assign the organizational units to each other, means, what happens, we need to assign the lowest level of organizational units to the highest level of organizational units. Okay, the first step, we need to define company code as a individual unit, sales organization as an individual unit, and a distribution channel is a individual unit, and then product division or the division is a distribution unit. Once you define once you configure all these individual organizational units, once you configure all these organizational elements individually, in the second step, what we need to do, we have to connect each other. So that is like you assign the sales organization to the company code, and then the distribution channel unit assigned to the sales organization, and the division also need to assign it to the sales organization. Okay, like this we need to do the configuration in the system. And I think I already explained in the previous class the combination of the assignment of sales organization, distribution channel, and division is called what, Umaira?
Sales area.
Sales area, correct. So the combination of the assignment of sales organization, distribution channel, division is the sales area. Okay. And what is the plant? Plant is the location where you manufacture, or you store the goods, or which are intended to your sales, or like you can say the plant is a place where you manufacture the goods, or where you stock the goods. So the goods could be like export side, like you can say the selling side, or purchasing side. So from the procurement side you can store the goods, or the selling sides. That means even when you are trying to sell the goods, you store the goods in the plant and you deliver the goods from the plant. Another side, when you are doing the procurement, what we do, we receive the goods from the vendor, and we stock the goods in the plant. So that way you can say the plant is a location where you manufacture the goods, or where you stock the goods of your company. So that plant also we need to configure in the system. And then and then what we do, we assign the plant to the company code. We assign the plant to the company code. So the reason for not specifying the plant in the SD level, SD module level, because the plant is not configured by like SD team. The plant is defined, or plant is configured by, like you can say, production planning, like PP department. As SAP SD guy, you are responsible to configure the sales organization, distribution channel, and division. Even the company code is configured by the FI team. The company code is configured by the FI team. So this is what I explained, the combination of each combination. Sales organization, distribution channel DI, BP, it becomes one sales area. And again, like sales organization S, O00, sales organization 00, and wholesale distribution channel WH, and baseball division, this combination will become the one sales area. Or else like the sales organization SO00, distribution channel division, and the distribution channel DI, and the software division SB, it becomes one sales area. And here the sales organization SO00, the distribution channel WH, and division SB, this becomes one sales area. So retail distribution channel, like the sales organization SO00, retail distribution channel RE, and division BB. This three becomes one sales area. And finally, like the sales organization SO00, retail distribution channel RE, and software division SB, these three becomes one sales area. So that means the combination of sales organization, distribution channel, and division is called as a sales area in SAP system. So sales office, typically nowadays nobody is using this, but just for understanding, it defines the typical you can say the territory, or that the place where your all your sales activities are performing. Okay, generally what happens, each office is having list of people, where each office is having list of sales executives, list of sales representatives. So who will perform all the sales related activities using that location. So that is called as a sales office. You can say sales office is a place where all the sales representatives located, are centrally concentrated and do all the sales related activities. So that is called sales office. And then like the sales office is linked. The sales office is linked to the sales area. Okay. The previously we defined the sales area, right? So this is one sales area. 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 This is one sales area, and this also one sales area. So the sales office is located to each sales area. The sales office is located to the each sales area. Okay. So sales group means simple, right? The sales group means sales group means group of sales employees. The sales group means group of sales employee. It is a subdivision of office. So under the each sales office, if there are 50 sales representatives, we can define, if there are 50 sales representatives, we can define all the 50 sales employees into 5 groups. Each group 10 people, like this. Okay, sales group is a subdivision of sales office, and then like it has like okay, list of grouped representatives who are responsible for the sales and distribution related activities. Okay. And then shipping point. So what is the shipping point? It is like, tell me, Umair.
Where the goods are shipped to, and even it's like goods are shipped and loaded from?
That is also like the right answer. In the simple words, in order to make you easily understand, um, it is a place where you perform. It is a place where you perform all your delivery related activities. That means you remember that we have sales order, outbound delivery, goods issue, and and billing document. This is a typical sales process: sales order, delivery, goods issue,
Billing.
and billing. So here, uh, the place where you perform all your second part, the delivery, the place where you perform all your delivery related activities is called as, the location where you perform, the location where you perform all your delivery related activities are called as the shipping point. And also, in other simple example for the shipping point is, so this is the place, shipping point is the place where the ownership changes from from your side to the customer side. So once the goods are left from the shipping point, what does it mean? That means the goods are left, the ownership of the goods has been changed from the company to the customer. So that way you can define shipping point is the location, so which is used to perform. Shipping point is the location, shipping point is the place of point which is used to perform all the related activities, and also shipping point is the location which defines the ownership of the goods. That means if the goods are at the shipping point, if the goods are still in the shipping point, then the ownership lies to the company. If the goods are left from the shipping point, that means the ownership has been changed from the company to the customer. This is also one of the easy way to, you can define the shipping point, you can remember the shipping point. And at the same time, we assign the factory calendar to the shipping point. So why do we need to assign the factory calendar? What is the factory calendar? Can anyone guess? What is the factory calendar? What?
Holidays, you know, the holidays and the working hours.
Excellent. That means we need to configure the factory calendar in the system. We need to define the factory calendar in the system, because we need to tell the system doesn't know, right? SAP system doesn't know which is a working day, which is a holiday, or which is a off day working, or which is early shift, or which is late shift, or what are the plant timings. Okay, SAP doesn't know. You need to instruct. If you give the instructions, if you give the guidance, if you give the guidance and if you give the instructions to the your system, okay, in the form of factory calendar, every time system looks at your factory calendar, and then your system looks at the factory calendar, and then it takes care of the remaining things. So that is the reason. So since you are doing the delivery related activities, since you are doing the delivery related activities, you need to the shipping point needs to know, right? The shipping point needs to know what day is what day can be deliverable, what day is not deliverable, what day is the holiday. Okay, okay. So that's why we need to assign the factory calendar to that. Okay, and also at any point of time for a delivery, we can only do the shipping, we can only do the delivery from one shipping point. That means one delivery can be shipped only from the one shipping point. We cannot assign, we cannot do the delivery from the multiple shipping points. Okay, this is the thing. And then the loading point basically the subdivision of shipping point, which is used for specialized handling. That means when I say specialized handling, what kind of equipments, what kind of special instructions are required to ship the goods. Okay, what kind of special instructions or what kind of special care, what kind of special care is required for to deliver the goods to the customer, because there are some you can say non-durable goods, durable goods, dangerous goods, different kind of goods, right? So that's the reason we need some special care or the special process is required, that we defined at the loading point level. Okay. Okay. So let me go to the system. Let me go to the system. So this is called, our SAP logon pad. This is called SAP logon pad. That means whenever you wanted to get into the system, whenever you wanted to get into SAP system, this is the the screen which will which will which will make you get into the your individual system or individual uh, SAP system. That means whether it is you or your business users, whether it is you or business users wanted to perform any kind of day-to-day transactions, any kind of day-to-day transactions, like if they wanted to create a sales order, if they wanted to create a purchase order, if they wanted to create a like a process order, production order, or if they wanted to create a delivery, if they wanted to create a billing, or if they wanted to create a inbound delivery from the procurement side or the purchasing side. So whatever it is, if they wanted to do the any kind of you can say transaction. So this is screen which they need to use to get into the system, to get inside the system. Okay, that means in order to get into the SAP system, okay, every user, every person, or every client, every consultant need to use this logon, need to install this logon pad. It's called SAP Logon Pad or SAP, it also called GUI, Graphical User Interface, SAP GUI. Some people call it as SAP GUI, some people call it as SAP Logon Pad, some people call it as like logon pad also. Okay, this is the, and under here you can define a number of system. Okay, for the given logon pad, for the given SAP GUI, you can define like as I told you, we have different kind of modules, right? We have SAP core modules, we have SAP new dimensional modules, and we also have SAP industry specific. We have industry specific modules also. Okay, for core modules, for core modules, for core modules, you do not need to define separate system. You don't need to define separate system for the core modules. All the core modules are available where? All the core modules are available where? All the core modules are part of your ECC, right?
Yes.
All our SD, MMPP, HR, FI, PS, CS, QM, PM, all these like plant maintenance, sales and distribution, purchasing, that is materials management, production planning, or HR, human resources, or financial accounting, costing, and plant management, quality management. Okay, or project systems, and all these customer service, all these core modules are part of ECC. Okay, hence for all those things you do not need a separate system. You can install ECC. You can install the ECC. If you install ECC, if you like once you install the logon pad, if you create ECC, if you create a ECC system, or if you add ECC system, if you add ECC client, it has everything. But if you wanted to have new dimension modules, if you wanted to have new dimension modules, what to do? For the new dimension modules, you have to create separate system. That means GTS, you need to create separate system. Okay, that is GTS. If you want CRM, you need to create separate system. If you want SRM, you need separate system. If you want APO, you need separate system. If you want, you can say, what are the other new dimensional modules? If you want SCM, you need to define the separate system. Or if you want industry specific things like ISIL, you need to create separate system. If you IS retail, you need separate system. If IS railways, you need separate system. Like this, okay? For all new dimensional systems, we need to add separate system. For all the industry specific systems, we need to add the different systems. But for all the core modules like ECC modules like SD, MMPP, HR, further just ECC is fine. So you add it here. So first you install this 7 logon pad to your laptop or computer. First you install this logon pad or computer to your laptop, and then we assign, and then we create each system. We create each system to here. Okay. This is the way how you can create the system. Once you log on the pad, so you can go here, create. You can specify the system description here. Once you click on the create button, system will ask you, what is the description of your system? Your system is ECC system, or your system is a GTA system, your system is ISIL system or IS retail. You need to specify the description. And then application server. So this is actually controls like, what is the IP address? What is the IP address of your server, or what is the name of application server which you store all your data, where your all your the system specific data is going to store. You need to specify that, and you need to specify the system instance number. Okay, what is the system number? You can say what is the system number, and the system ID. System ID is like whether it is ECC, whether it is GTS, whether it is retail, that what we specify. and then you click on the next button. Okay, so if you go to the change mode, you can see here. So you specify the system description. You can say ECC client. You can say ECC client, and then application server, and instance number, and you specify the system ID, ECC. Okay, and then you can say, okay, like this. So once you create the system, to log into the system, once you create the system, to log into the system, you need to double click on it. You need to double click on it. Okay, so you need to, whenever you wanted to log into the SAP system, okay, you need, you need to specify your individual assigned user ID. That means each consultant or each team member, each member, or you can say each team member is assigned with their own user ID, and then you can enter the password, and then you can enter the password. Now I'm assuming that you don't know, because I'm not sure about Umera. I know Vijay knows these basics, but I just want to make sure I don't want to miss you. Okay, I don't want to miss any small thing. Okay, even if just think it is a refresh, and don't think like we are talking basics, because I thought you need the basics, right, Umera?
Yes, Venkat.
Okay. And anyway, after the class, I'm going to send you like the screen level basics. That means what is there on the top menu, or what is the like individual transaction assignment, or what is the favorites. So these kind of updates. Let me find the document. I will share it right away. Actually, I should be having very nice document. I don't know where it placed. It takes some time. Okay, I will share it after the class. Okay, let me continue here. Okay, so to do the configurations, in order to do the configurations, we have to use the transaction code. In order to the configurations, we have to do the transaction code SPRO. That means what happens? SAP has provided simple 4-digit codes. SAP has provided simple 4-digit codes to reach out the place where you want to go. I mean like this. For example, if you want to create a sales order, for example, if your user wanted to create a sales order, then what you need to do, you have to get into some place, right, in the system. Vijay, if you want to create a sales order, what you need to do, you have to get into the system. Am I correct or not?
Yes, yes.
And that one, like every time using a specific path, is not a good idea, right? Like you can go to the, it is like this. For example, if you want to create a sales order, in general what you need to do, you have to go to the logistics, and then where is the sales order creation? Under the sales and distribution module, and then the sales order is part of the sales. Go to the sales, and then under the sales we have the order. So that means, in general, in order to create a sales order, what you need to do, you have to go to the, once you log into the system, you have to go to the, this is how it looks. Once you log into the system, it is like this, and you will go to the easy access. I don't know, once you log into the system looks like this. Now, if the sales user wanted to create a sales order, what they need to do, they have to go to the logistics, okay, and then sales and distribution, and then sales, and then order. Under here, they need to use the, okay, click on the VA01. That is create the sales order. So if the user wanted to create 100 transactions, do you think is it really good every time? Go to the logistics, go to the sales and distribution, go to the sales, go to the order, go to the order create. It is not a good idea. So that is the reason what SAP did. SAP provided a simple code. SAP give a simple code called transaction code. SAP given simple code called transaction code, which directly take you, if you remember that VA01, if you remember that simple code VA01, it will directly take you to the same screen. See, so create sales order. Okay, even if I click here, it will take to the same screen. So both are same or different? Umaira?
They look same.
Same.
They look same.
Exactly same. So that means, okay, SAP not only for the sales order creation. Okay, for example, a purchase employee, a purchasing team member wanted to create a PO, a materials management purchasing officer, a materials management or the procurement management procurement model purchasing officer wanted to create a PO. Then what he has to do, he has to go to the logistics, and then material master, and then purchasing, okay, and then purchase order, and then ME21. ME this one, like ME this one. This create purchase order. Create the purchase order. So instead of doing all these things, what you can do simply, you can go here. This is the transaction menu. Okay, you can say ME21N. If you click it, it will directly take you to the screen of that purchase order creation. So that way, these simple transaction codes, are help. These simple transaction codes are help, daily day-to-day process for the business users. Day-to-day process for the business users. So that means in SAP, to perform each and every transaction, each and every process, to do the each and every process, there are two different ways. One, you can use the menu path. What is the menu path? This is the menu path. Okay, SAP menu, logistics, purchase order. Okay, we'll go the menu path. We'll go using a path. Okay, but whereas the other one is, that is the shortcut. The shortcut is nothing but the transaction code. The shortcuts to reach out specific place, the shortcut to reach out specific place to create a transaction is called transaction codes, whereas this is a menu path. In the similar way, to define the organizational structure, in SAP, what SAP did, SAP provided a different T code to perform the configuration of the organizational structure. To define the organizational structure configuration, what SAP did, SAP provided a transaction code called SPRO. Okay, to perform configuration or the customizing, we need to use the SPRO, and then we go to the reference IMG. SPRO is the first T code, and then reference IMG. Okay, so basically, as a SAP SD consultant, what we do, we are responsible for configuring the sales organization. And also we are responsible configuring the distribution channel, configuring the division. These are the main units we are responsible to configure. But before configuring that, what are the highest level of organization units we have to configure? But maybe finance team has to configure
Company code.
The finance team has to consider configuration of the company code. Okay, this is actually basis team will take it, but in the today's demonstration, okay, just for knowledge purpose, we are going to discuss how to create or how to configure the company code as well. So company code is a four-digit organizational element. So in order to do the company code configuration, you have to get into the enterprise structure. So all the organization, not only company code, all the organizational Okay, all the organizational elements are configured under the defined or configured under the enterprise structure. Basically, we have two sections. We have mainly two sections. As I already defined, okay, in the organizational structure configuration, we have two sections. One is the definition. First step, the step one is the definition of the organizational structure or configuration of the organizational structure, and the step two is the assignment of the organizational structures from one to each other. That means mostly we assign the organizational structures from the lower level to the higher level organizational units. Okay, let us get into the definition. So company code, the configuration of the company code is part of the financial accounting. The configuration of the company code configuration and the company code definition is part of the financial accounting. Okay, so if you could go here, edit, copy, delete or check company code. That means the creation of the company code, the configuration of the company code or the definition of the company code is part of the edit, copy, delete, check company code. Edit means like create. You are going to create a new company code. So there are two ways. To configure the company codes. There are two ways to configure the company code. One is you can create on your own. You can create a completely new company code. You can create a completely new company code, or you can copy the existing company code and change the name. You can copy generally what happens if you feel the data, which is already if you feel that the similar data elements, or if you feel that okay, the data of the existing company code is okay to copy to the new company code, then what you can do, you do not need to create from the scratch. I will tell you. So this is the standard reference company code. 00001 is the SAP AZ, that is a standard reference company code for any people, anyone. Okay, so if I go here, the company code is having the 4-digit number. 4-digit number represents the company code. All company codes are represented by 4 digits. Okay, and you have the company name and city and country and currency and language. Okay, so for this what you can do, to create a new company code, you can simply you see what is this button, copy as. You can simply copy that and you can change it to okay, Z111, or you can say GGGG. So you can say this is your company code and you can say GGG, whatever the name it is, company code. So you can, if you feel that this company code is also having the same data, city and country, then what, you don't need to change that. Simply change the company code and name, and if the address and additional data is same, hit enter, then all the data is copied to the GZZZ. Let it come. Okay, so here if you want to add the country, actually country is there, but you can just specify. Okay, like this. Now the GZZZ company code is created. Or the other way is you can directly go to the new entries, and you can say you company code, and you can specify like this. Okay, you can want to go to the more data address data. Okay, you can go here, you can specify the address like this, and you can save it. This is the way. So that means in SAP, each and every organizational unit can be copied from the existing one, can be copied from the previous existing one, or okay, or you can create your own organizational unit as well. You can create a new organizational unit, or you can copy from the existing one. So, and also once you create a new organizational unit, you know what happens? Each and every configuration of the organizational units are recording in the form of request, it's called a transport request. That means each and every configuration, or each and every customization what you made in the system, like configuration of the company code, configuration of the sales organization, configuration of the sales office, configuration of purchase organization, or configuration of the loading point, shipping point, whatever the configuration you make in a SAP system, okay, you record, or the system records that configuration, the system records that customization in the form of transport request, and for your information, we do all these configurations in the development system. You know that, right? What is the system landscape you generally have in any company, Umaira? What is the system landscape? I mean, if you look at any SAP system, what is the system landscape? How it looks?
Can you repeat that again, Venkat?
Okay, I can ask you questions to make you understand. So,
Landscape.
yes, landscape. Let me ask you questions. You are a business user.
Okay.
Business user, or you are a SAP power user, business user, or like process owner, whoever it is, and you are looking for a company. So where you work, in which system you work? You work in the production system, or you work in the quality system, or you work in the development system? Do you know what is production system, what is quality system, and what is the development system?
Development system is where from scratch you're beginning the implementation.
In other words, development system is the system where you do all your developments, where you perform all your developments, all your configurations, all your you can say scratch data, raw data. You can say the raw data. You can say where you. It is just for development purpose. That means that system is not being used. For the business user, right?
Yes.
Because where the business user will do the activities.
Maybe at the end user stage.
That means the production system, right? Production. So production is the system which is the the live system. Production system is the system which is the actual system where the business users perform the transactions, right? They perform the live transactions, real transactions. Okay, real transactions. Okay, in order to provide this production system to the people, do you think like we create everything in the production system, like the sales organization directly create in the production system, create a shipping point directly in the production system, company code directly in the production system, ask the business users to run on it.
No, first you will implement, as in you will develop the whole thing and then assign it and link and everything, check if it is working, and then final it will be given to you.
Exactly. That means first you need to configure something, and then you need to test something, you need to verify something, and then you need to give it to the client, you need to give it to the user. But if you do everything in the production, what happens? If you do something, you change something, and production is using somewhere else, and if the whatever you change you made, if it is not correct, what is going to happen? Your production is your business user is going to stop working, right? The system
Yeah.
will not allow him to stop working. So that is the reason what SAP did. SAP provided, like the basic system landscape. The basic system landscape is like development, quality, and production. The basic system landscape of SAP is development system, quality, that's the test system, and the production system. So development system means this is the place where you make all your configurations, all your customizations, all your ABAPers, right? ABAPer, the programmers, where the ABAPers, the programmers make all the program changes. Okay, once they made that, so what we need to do? We need to test that. We need to test that, because if you don't test it and directly move to the production, directly send it to the production, there will be a big issue. The production will stop. The company will stop working if something is not working. So that is the reason you need to send it to the quality system, the second system, where you perform all the testing, all the testing, and then you move it to the production system. So now the point is, now we are configuring the company codes. Now we are configuring the company codes. Am I correct?
Yes.
The company code. You create 100 company codes. Okay? And you create it, and you wanted to test whether the 100 company codes are working or not. And what need to be done? So generally what happens, if it is working here, you need to create all these 100 one more time in the quality, and you need to test, right? That is what you think. That is generally what we think. Am I correct?
Yes.
So you build something in the development, and if it is good, you need to build one more time in the quality system, all the things, and test it, because it's working in here, and you build the same thing in the quality system. But is it really good to build everything from the scratch, from the quality system? Whatever you do in the development, whatever the work you do here, like address, entering the address, name, and all these things. That means if you create 100 company codes in the development, this system, and then while doing, you put lot of efforts for each company code, like entering this address details, that this and all. And if you want to create everything in the quality, it's a big work, right?
Yes.
That is the
Again,
reason, what happens, in SAP, whenever you configure anything, it records in the form of, it records in a thing called, it records, something called a transport request. That means whether it is 100 transports, whether it is 100 company codes, or 200 shipping points, or 100 plants, whatever it is, whatever you configure, all the things can be represented. Okay, you can say like configuration of company. Okay, you can say company code you. Okay, configuration of the company codes, you can say. Okay, and you can save it. Then the system will create a transport request. You see what is the number? The transport request number 900458. Okay, so okay, just wait for one more minute. Okay, and if you want to, I'm going to create one more. Copy this. I'm going to create edit, and I want to copy this. Copy means I have to go here, Okay, I just want to keep everything same. Specify company and country. Okay, US. Then I'm saving. See, now what is going to happen?
Class again. Okay.
It is going to save in the same previous one. It is up to you whether you want to save all these company codes under the same number, or you want to create a new number. You want to create a new number, whatever it is. Okay, like this transport request. This request will save all the things. And then you know what you can do. If you wanted to have all these 100 company codes in the quality, do you think you need to create all 100 one more time?
No.
No. Simply you can transport only this number. If from the base system, you have base system, right? You know base system, right? Your basis administrator. So if you tell them, can you move this transport ending 458 to the quality, they will move it. You know what is going to happen? All 100 company codes what you put under this transport request in the system also available in the quality system. Also available in the quality system. And after quality, you found everything is good in the quality. Then what you can do? You can move the same number to the production. Once you feel everything is good in the development and quality, you move to the production. Like this, you can minimize the work. You can minimize the work in the SAP. So this is the way how you can configure the things. This is the company code. In the next class, we'll start next Saturday we'll complete the complete configuration of the sales and distribution, like sales organization, distribution channel, division, plant, and everything will complete in the next class. Okay.
Okay.
I hope everybody is okay for the next week, right?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Take care. See you next week. And I will before in one or 2 days I will send everything, whatever is required so far or whatever is required for you, everything, recordings, documents, and access and everything I will send in a day or two.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.